Hello, this is your sister Soul Bomb coming to you with the message part 2 of Journey to Transparency. I'm coming to you in a car because this is too important for me to wait until I get situated in the house, and I might remake this video later, but right now you need to hear this. Today is stops and today is starts. First of all, today is stops. Today you are going to remember who you are. You were created, you were developed, and you were fully complete when you came out of your mom's womb. Listen, you spent 20 years after you were born listening to the messages of people telling you that you're not enough. You're not light enough, dark enough, thick enough, thin enough. Your hair is not straight enough. Your nails aren't pretty enough. Your job's not going to be good enough because your education level's not high enough. You spent all that time listening to messages telling you that you are not enough. When you got here, you were complete. You were a whole. You were the real deal. The complete package. You had everything in you that you need in order to fulfill your mission. So the first thing I want to remind you before I say anything else is stop listening to people who did not create you tell you what you're supposed to be. If they didn't create you, then they have no manual to tell you how things are supposed to go for you. You were built for this. The situation that you're in right now that you think is insurmountable, that you think is tough, that you don't understand why it's got to be you. You were built for this. If you aren't built for it, you wouldn't be in that situation. And guess what? The fact that you are where you are indicates that either one, you're supposed to be there. If you're supposed to be there, then you're supposed to be making an impact. Now take some inventory as you're, and you might need some paper for this. You might need some paper because I'm going to need you to start documenting where you are mentally, where you are emotionally, where you are physically. Thinking about your job or lack thereof, whatever it is that the situation that you're in, all the things that are making up your environment right now. Listen to me. You have the authority over your environment. Do not give up. Do not give away your power. Do not listen to those negative voices telling you what you don't have, what you lack, and making them the determining factor of where you're headed from here. You were built for this. You were made in order to overcome the situation that you're in right now. So I also have a question for you. So if you're not where you're supposed to be, then why are you still there? If you know in your heart that this right here is not where you're supposed to be, why are you still there? It is time for you to move into a place where you are supposed to be. The only way you're going to be able to do that is to let go of the negative messages and the negative behaviors, the negative things that you carry with you because you are accepting people who did not create you telling you what you're supposed to be. You were born with purpose. Listen, you weren't even born and at that point you had purpose. You were conceived with purpose. So before you even got here, you did have a purpose. If you're listening to this message right now, I want you to commit to yourself that you're going to stop listening to anybody tell you what you're supposed to be, how you're supposed to look, and you're going to seek out what you were created to be. Now, just like a ball of yarn, it takes a little time to get it unraveled, and it's frustrating. And sometimes it feels like it's never going to be untangled. But if you don't begin with that first step of starting to unravel that, you're never going to be able to get the full use out of that yarn. Because a yarn is not made to just be a balled up, knotted up mess. You were not made to be a knotted up, balled up mess. You were created for a purpose. And you're going to allow yourself to discover that purpose. Now, in your journey to transparency, one of the things you have to learn is where you come from. You come from God. You are an actual piece of His image. And if you are a piece of His image, then no one else's image matters. What matters is the image that he created you to be in. You are going to fulfill your purpose. You are going to do what you are called to do. How do you know you're called to do it? Because you answered the call. That's the only answer you're looking for is, how do I know what I'm supposed to be doing? Because you know this is what you do. It's what you do. Don't hesitate to reach forward and to start doing those things that will bring you into the place where you need to be. So when you're looking around your environment and you're feeling bound and confined by your environment, listen. If you're feeling bound and confined by your environment and you're there, then you're supposed to be there. And guess what? You were built for this. You were made for such a time as this. You were built to bust out of that environment. Now, that doesn't mean that you have to blow things up, because my name is Soul Balm, as in BALM, not bomb as in BOMB. But you were built to create systems and to be creative and find ways to do things that other people can't. You were put there on purpose. You are there to make a difference. And guess what? You're going to make that difference. You're going to let go of your limitations. You're going to let go of the words, I can't, I tried, I wanted to, it's not working. You're going to get that out of your vocabulary. And you're going to make it happen because you were built for this. You were built for this. Okay? You have greatness in you. You have things that the world has yet to discover. I refuse to wonder what you could have been and how you could have made an impact and made our world more beautiful. I don't want to wonder that. I want to see it. I want to see it come to fruition. I want all your dreams to come true. But guess what? They're not going to be coming true if you're not going to let go of those things that are hindering you from making that progress. So today, just take that one step. Get your paper out. Start listing the things in your environment. I don't care what it is. Just list it. Where do you live? Do you like where you live? Why are you living there? Oh, because I don't have money. Why don't you have money? Oh, because I just did this. I want you to start being honest with yourself. Take inventory, because you can't do anything about a problem that you refuse to look at. It is time for you to face the facts. When you get all your facts on a sheet of paper, I want you to prioritize. I want you to look at that list and start deciding what on that list can you change today? What on that list can you change next week, next month, next year? What is a long range plan? 3 to 5 years it might take for you to change that plan. And I want you to get started. So the message is, today it stops. Stop with the negativity. Stop with listening to other people who didn't create you tell you about yourself. And you're going to start discovering who you are. In order to become transparent, you can't be a ghost. I'm not asking you to be a ghost. I can't be a ghost. But I can tell you, I'm going to open myself up, and I'm going to open myself up to you so that you can be free to open yourself up to me. Feel free to not only share this message, but feel free to talk to me in the comment section below. You deserve your best self. You are worth your best effort. I can't stress it enough. You were built for this. You are where you're supposed to be to make an impact where you are. And if you're not making an impact where you are, you're not where you're supposed to be. And then that leaves you have to ask and answer this question honestly. Why am I still here? This is your sister Soul Balm, coming to you from a land of love and a place of peace. You can follow me on Facebook at Soul Balm Says. You can follow me on Twitter at Soul Balm Says. And you can also just make comments in this section and I'll reach out to you. I love you.